So we made the decision to go after self-storage, right? And I think the one thing I would kind of add a little bit was we had some ambitions to be the next iBuyer or to beat the iBuyers or to get acquired by them. And as we studied them, one, it's like their goal is not really to be profitable, or it's not their number one goal. So trying to beat them is almost impossible. Their cost of capital is so low that it's almost impossible to compete with them there as well. So it's like, I don't think we could be an iBuyer. And I don't even think we want to be. Then we're like, all right, let's look at potentially starting a single family fund. And while we can do that seemed like way more work than looking at another asset class, right? So we're like, all right, self-storage. Right? We looked at a bunch of them, but we said self-storage, did a bunch of research. We bought Into the Storage Rebellion's course, which we had done a bunch before that, but that helped us kind of get over the edge. And then we said, all right, let's go evaluate a deal. So we see this deal listed on LoopNet in Lawton, Oklahoma. Lawton, Oklahoma is one of those where Oklahoma isn't really known. It's not where a lot of people want to live, right? Or you don't find a lot of people moving to Oklahoma. Well, Lawton is kind of known as like a crap hole of the state of Oklahoma, right? But because we're both field artillery officers, we've been stationed there multiple times. We're very familiar with it. And the bottom line is there's some great things about Lawton. There's some areas of Lawton that I really like where we've lived. There's some wonderful people there. And because the military is there, it's not getting any smaller. Okay. So all that to say, I know you told me to tell the deal. We find this deal in Lawton, Oklahoma. We don't think there's going to be many people interested. Sorry, I had mom's in Florida this week, so I am watching all 4 kids, and they came in screaming. So we find this on LoopNet and call the broker. We're like, hey, we think this is overpriced, and so we kind of anchor them super low, come in with a low ball offer. And I think the broker was about to just write us off and not really to start taking us serious. But what we did, and I think what helped us get the deal, is we looked online and saw that the owner of the storage facility also owned like 8 houses. So what we did is we made an offer for both the storage facility and all 8 houses, right? And that did 2 things. One, it made the owner and the broker take us serious. It added a certain level of complexity to the deal that I think allowed us to come in lower. And long story short is we end up locking up this storage facility at a price point that I think both of us are really comfortable with.
Welcome to the Virtual Real Estate Investing Podcast, presented by Gray Line Investments, where we talk about how to find, fund, and finish deals from anywhere in the world.